this example, we're going to continue to look at percents, decimals, and fractions and look at their equivalents, but we're going to use number lines, triple number lines. So we're given either a fraction, decimal, or a percent, and we're going to see how the corresponding amounts line up in the different forms. So first we're given 1/2, which is a fraction. So here's 0 to 1, and I would cut this into 2 equal pieces. And this is 1/2. Okay. Now let's see what this corresponds to as a decimal. So this would be halfway between 0 and 1 as a decimal, which is right here. Okay. And we're going to count. This is broken into 10 equal pieces. So this is 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, 4/10, 5/10. As a fraction, we write 5/10 like this, and as a decimal, we write it as 0.5, a 5 in the tenths place. Now let's look at the percent value. Well, halfway between 0% and 100%. Okay, so you can think of dividing 100 into 2 equal pieces is 50, or finding half of 100 is multiplying 100 by 1/2. Remember, these are two equivalent ways of writing these, gives you 50. So this must be 50%. So as a fraction, we have 1/2, a decimal 0.5 or 5/10, and as a percent, that's equivalent to 50%. In this example, we're given a decimal. We're given 0.2. And since this is broken into tenths, we'll go 1, 2 to 2/10, or 0.2. Okay. Now we can think of this in terms of a fraction. We'll use the same partitioning we had for the decimals. Okay. But with fractions, we say this is 10 equal pieces, and this is 1, 2 pieces. So we have 2/10. And remember, 2/10 can be simplified. The numerator and denominator both have a common factor of 2, so this simplifies to 1/5. So 2/10 equals 1/5. Okay. In terms of percents, okay, if I break this into 10 equal pieces, each tick mark is 10%. So we have 10%, 20%, 30%, and etc. 40, 50, 60, all percents. And 0.2 aligns with 20%. Let's look at one last one. Now we have 75%. So where is that going to be on this percent number line? Well, here's 0 and 100. I'm going to use some values. We know that halfway through we saw is 50% if we divide 100% into 2 equal pieces. Okay, and now I'm thinking of quarters. So 75 cents is 3/4 or 3/4 of the way. So I'm going to cut between 50 and 100%. If I cut that in half, about right here, halfway between 50 and 100 is going to be 25 greater than 50% and 25 less than 100%, which is 75%. Okay. So here's 75%, and I wanted to find that by cutting into easy numbers. We could have cut into 10 values like we did with the decimal, or 10 partitions. Okay. But now we'll look at this. If this is 75%, that's right here on the decimal number line. This is 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, 4/10, 5/10, 6/10, 7/10, 0.7. This is 0.8. And notice 75% is halfway between, or 0.75. 75 hundredths, 75 per 100. Okay. Now, here's where this value will be on the fraction number line. I'm going to use this partitioning rather than the decimals. I'm going to cut in half. So in a fraction, 1/2 is 50%. And now I'm going to cut the halves in half, because here we use this halfway between 50 and 100, but I want to cut all of these pieces in half. So notice this is 1, 2, 3, 4 equal pieces. So now this is 1/4. 1/2 is 2/4. This is 3/4, and 1 is 4/4. So 75% is the same as 0.75 as a decimal, which is 75 hundredths, which is equivalent to the simplified fraction of 3/4. Notice it's also equivalent to 75 per 100, but this is our simplified fraction.